Okay, folks, Andrew Bulpros here. Well, I wasn't able to be on the live show last night recapping the Chargers Raiders beatdown. That was so exciting. Love to see it. We are in the playoffs. A lot to talk about in this one. It's going to be a brief little video, but I just want to give you my final thoughts since I wasn't able to be on the live show. I was flying on a plane back to Utah. Clearly, I'm here now. Lots to talk about, guys, so let's get into it. Okay, folks, as always, like and subscribe if you do enjoy the content. I'm Andrew Bulpros. And again, pretty exciting situation here. We are in the playoffs, folks, and we all know what Justin Herbert can do. And it's just, you can't say enough about how awesome it is to see what Jim Harbaugh has done with Justin Herbert and really made him a competitor. A lot of people think that he's, definitely become more confident, kind of all the above. There's a lot to be said about that. But you know what? Great leadership is always going to make the team better, right, guys? And that's a big part of what we're talking about. By the way, James and I are planning on being at this game as well. James just booked his flight. I'm booking my flight later on tonight. So if you are going to the Houston game, let us know. We want to get together with some of the streamers and other people, so we're going to reach out to you here pretty shortly, but we just booked our flights just a few minutes ago. Super excited to be there. Have never been to Houston my whole life, so I'm excited to be down there as well. So let's talk about this and give you some of my thoughts. There's a couple highlights that I kind of wanted to talk about, but I just wanted to highlight this, right? Deion Henley is such a stud muffin. I really felt like this was the play of the game. When he got that interception, we'd gotten a field goal. Again, 38 seconds on the clock, guys, at this time. Barely any time, right? So we had just gotten a field goal, and then we scored another touchdown right after that. And so that was a huge momentum shifter for this team. And it was just so exciting to see, this team, blow up the way we did, right after that play. And so, I guess that's what I'm getting at is, there's plays in games that solidify the win. And that was absolutely gigantic. And by the way, we interviewed Deion Henley. Go back and watch that video. Such a stud, great guy. It's so exciting to see him just ascend as a player. Absolutely incredible. So, kudos to Deion Henley. And this picture right here is just absolutely incredible, dude. This is like, this is an album cover. I don't even know what you want to call this. Like, the Bolt Boys. I don't even know, the rap group, Bolt Up, Blue Chews for Life. I don't even know what you want to call it, but, give us the, the album cover, name for this crew here. But, you love it, right? The defense is playing hard for each other, and it's just exciting to see. So let's go on to a few more thoughts here as well, too. And again, we do play the Houston Texans. I think a lot of people, I would assume, I haven't looked at the betting line, but would assume that the Chargers are probably favored to win this game. But who knows, right? We are playing in Houston, but Houston has struggled, right? They're not really playing great at the moment. At the end of the day, guys, it doesn't mean anything, right? You just got to get a ticket to the playoffs and you got to play well. The good thing about the Chargers is we're playing good offensive and good defensive games right now. We're playing very well. So it's exciting to see. So again, could not be more excited for this team. I'm just excited that we made the playoffs. Interestingly, again, my record prediction for the year was 12-5, right? So I said that was the high end. The low end, I said 10-7. So we were right in the middle of that. So I'm extremely happy. Again, any one of those three records, I would have been very happy with. So 10-7, I would have been fine with as well too. So either way. It's exciting. Chargers are in the playoffs, and we are about to put a whooping on Houston. So can't wait for that. It's kind of funny. A buddy of mine also messaged me. He's like, oh, man, I want the Chargers to lose so bad. I don't want to play Baltimore. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be pretty ugly, dude. Baltimore is going to be playing. Baltimore's killing it right now. So, we'll see what happens with Pittsburgh. But, either way, we'll see how that plays out. But talk about Justin Herbert. I will say this. It's been an interesting season seeing him progress. I was thinking a lot about this on my flight back, and I thought, he's really ascended as a leader on this team. I think that's probably the biggest difference I've seen with him this season as compared to some of the last seasons, right? I think he's been a little more vocal. There's a couple times even in this game, Bozeman didn't snap the ball to him quickly. He got kind of upset, and he made it very clear that, hey, man, you got to give me the ball quicker. And he is clearly taking control of the offense. And everyone says that sort of in passing, but it is clear that he knows what he's doing, and Jim Harbaugh has made it work well for him. And I think obviously Greg Roman's done a great job of keeping things very simple. Shane Day has been a big part of that as well too. So it's nice to see a good enough coaching staff to elevate Justin Herbert's game. And he's also trying to not do too much. He's doing what he needs to do to be successful. So so again, I just want to give kudos to Justin Herbert. We always give him his flowers, guys. You know that, I know that. We could gush over him all day, every day, but at bottom line, he's just done a great job this year for the Chargers, and it's exciting to see his success moving forward. But the one person I wanted to talk about more than anything in this game was Quentin Johnston. And by the way, this catch right here blew my mind. James and I were together in Arizona. We were at that Bull Pride AZ meetup, and I about lost my brain. I couldn't even. I was like, "Holy smokes!" This one-handed grab was just insane to me, and it goes to show you that he's always had the talent. Okay, what he needed to figure out was a few things. I think it's two things. One, confidence, right? Everyone is always saying that he's confident, but I think more, and a lot of people haven't been talking about this, so I'm going to say something that's going to be maybe a little bit controversial, but I want you to let me know what you think about it in the comments below. I think where Quentin Johnston has had a hard time his last year, and even going into this year up to this game, is he didn't do a very good job of reading defenses and understanding where he should run the routes. Justin Herbert is a very smart guy, and he's going to read the defense, and the wide receiver's job is also to read the defense and be on the same page as the quarterback. Inside zone, leverage, too high safety, and a lot of these are choice routes, meaning that they can run the route depending on the way the defense is aligned, right? Is it man? Is it press? Is it zone? That changes everything, guys. And so it's not just running around with a chicken your head cut off, right? If you're not on the same page as your quarterback, you're not going to get the ball because you're not in the right spot where he feels comfortable throwing the ball and keeping it out of harm's way. I think that's where Quentin Johnston probably has improved now, is that he now is actually on the same page as Justin Herbert, and they understand where they need to be successful for certain plays. So that's my take. I think it's a big part of the conversation, right? Again, these route progressions are very complicated. And when Quentin Johnston came out of TCU, a lot of his knock was that he doesn't have a lot of his route tree was a little bit limited, right? So a lot to be said about that. Guys, agree or disagree with me, let me know down in the comments below. But this was a pretty good little tweet by Chris Hayre. In college, TCU and the pros, Quentin Johnston has only had double-digit receptions in a game twice. Today, October 2022 versus Kansas, 14 receptions for 206 yards and a TD. It's amazing. I mean, you think about that. That's you ask yourself this question, well, is Quentin really, a number one receiver, right? This isn't really let me put it this way. This is highlighting, that there's a lot more he can improve on as a wide receiver, right? He's not a Malik Neighbors. He's not a number one wide receiver out there in the league, right? So, hopefully we see some more progression moving forward. But again, we know he has the tangible talent, right? He just has to put it together. I think that's what Chris Hayre is trying to say as well too. But the good news is he had a great game. Hopefully he can accelerate into that. But I'm going to wrap up with this final thought. J.K. Dobbins, it's great to see him back out there. He is such a weapon, and our team is so much better when he's on the field. And when he's on the field, guys, we're a different team. A lot of people were talking about play action, and I was having a conversation with somebody at the airport when the bros were talking live, and they saw my hat and they're like, "Oh, you're a Charger fan," and then he's like, randomly we started talking about play action, which I don't know how the hell we got in that conversation. But bottom line, it made me really realize when the defense, and again, I've said this so many times, and I just want to emphasize one thing: when this guy is on the field, the safeties have to respect the fact that he could break one off at any given moment, right? They don't respect Gus Edwards the same way. They definitely don't respect Haskins the same way. They don't respect Kamani Vidal the same way. But when 27 is on the field, they have to respect. That means they start creeping down. The play action then works for deeper passes, right? So again, one doesn't work without the other, right? That's the whole point of having a balanced offensive attack, running the ball, passing the ball, so on and so forth. And so, again, just having J.K. Dobbins back, just the fact that he's in the backfield makes that safety go, oh, man, I'm not going to get burned on the top, but I got to look down at got to make sure we don't get cut, for a large gain from JK, because we know he can do it, right? So I'm just saying that's when the play action really is effective. And again, the Chargers are one of the best play action teams in the NFL. But we're only effective when the running game is respected. That's the difference. So, yeah, I just wanted to give you those thoughts. Those are some of the thoughts I had from the game. And, again, just what are your thoughts? Leave them down below. Guys, I'm excited. We're playing the Texans. We're going to be there. The Bolt Bros are going to be there. If you're going to be there, please leave some information down. Email us, Bolt Bros Chargers Podcast at gmail.com. Email us. Let us know where you're going to be. We're trying to find out where all the meetups are and everything like that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So couldn't be more excited, guys. All right, guys. Andrew, Bolt Bros. See you guys in the next one.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros Podcast.